And the worst thing is I've got to wait 4 minutes now to see if the damn thing's working again.
Oh, shit.
Right, I've got... Right.
I've got the recording.
Right, this is... I have no idea what just happened. None whatsoever. It was showing me as still broadcasting live, and for some reason it's obviously just not going to YouTube.
It was like, you know when you used to accidentally stop streaming?
Yeah, that's what... initially, I thought, oh my God, did I hit stop by mistake? But I wasn't. It was still showing me as live.
Fuck knows what happened then. Stupid, weird glitch, but...
But, it was, yeah, I don't know why.
Have you gone back live again?
Right, I've captured it on the phone. I don't know whether...
Because that is really weird.
Yeah.
Because it's still showing me as broadcasting live at 42 minutes, but apparently the stream cut out at 32, which I do not get.
So have you got to restart the stream again now?
I have restarted the stream again, and hopefully, but the thing is, I won't know until, you know...
Right, well, codes are just about to come out, so as soon as I get a notification, I'll come through and give you a thumbs up, alright?
Yeah, until about 4.5 minutes, I won't know if the new one is actually working, because I don't know what went wrong with the last one. Right, Jamie, are you still getting my screen?
Yes, mate, I can see it. That's the thing. I was watching it fine. I was commentating on it, and it's only when I noticed that the YouTube wasn't. I'd got Charlotte sent me a message.
I've still absolutely no idea what happened there.
I've got the recording. I'll tell Charlotte. Well done, by the way.
Yes, well,
fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, but yeah, yeah. I don't know. Well, I was because I was literally just about to watch the last 2 minutes of the stream, because obviously we're watching a 4-minute delay.
Yeah.
So I went onto the actual YouTube channel after I stopped the comms, and I was watching the last few minutes of the game, and then it said stream stopped, and then I looked at my streaming software, and it still showed me as broadcasting live.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it on YouTube, and it has the little red thing next to your name saying it was broadcasting live, but it just hadn't. It flicked over to the next video on the list.
That is
which is weird. I don't know.
Right. Well, that doesn't sound like a. That doesn't actually sound like the streaming software, does it? That sounds like it just stopped talking to YouTube.
Yeah.
Which is very annoying to do it 2 minutes before the end of a game. Well, it's annoying when it happens at any point, but. I have no idea what on earth just happened there. That is really annoying.
Yeah.
Because that was a good game. It was an exciting game.
It was. I did get the finish from Team Big's point of view.
Right. We might have.
So whether I clip just the end of that.
The thing. Right. Well, potentially then what you could do is. It'd be a pain to do it, but. Yeah, if you could literally clip. I don't know how. Yeah, we'll have to talk about it after the game, mate, because, again, I still don't know if this thing's going to work yet.
No. We'll sort it out after game 3. We'll have a chat and I'll send it over to you somehow. And then what I'll do is rather than send the whole thing...
Yeah, potentially if you
I will clip from when it was cut out, which is when Jen pushed...
If you sent me about 3 minutes worth of footage, I could probably complete the video.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to produce the whole thing and put it into an editing suite and what have you, so it won't go out at the same time as games 2 and 3, which will obviously hopefully be fine from the live stream, but at least you'll have the full game.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the only way to potentially. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I really don't know.
No, we'll sort it out. Even if you upload that as a separate video, so you don't have to edit it. Right, you've just come through as. I've just had a ping to say you're now live.
Right. Okay. So it's coming through again.
Yep.
Right.
I'm back on board.
Yep.
Right. That is really strange. Right.
Yep, so codes are out now. So.
Right. Okay. No idea what just happened. None whatsoever. It was showing me as still broadcasting live, and for some reason it's just not going to YouTube. Right, that is that. Yeah, that has just thrown me. That has, because I've had some problems with streams before, but I've never had that. That is really weird. Well, I'm hoping it's not a. I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, when you're doing these things, you're asking about 10 pieces of hardware to all talk to three different, 10 different pieces of software. And it's not surprising every now and then one of them just stops talking to the other one, but doing it 2 minutes before the end of a game was a bit annoying. Right, I have no idea what just happened. Still don't know what happened. Right, okay, just from the practical points of view of the show must go on and all that rubbish. I'm showing as broadcasting live via my streaming software. I'm showing as being on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Right, yeah, I can hear you. Right, I can hear the chat that we were having 4 minutes ago on YouTube, so I'll just turn that down. I'm just going to put something silly in the game chat, see if that's actually working and if we're still broadcasting to YouTube.
Yep.
Yes, we are. Right. I still, for the life of me, do not know what happened.
No, that was weird because I could see for a little while after it cut that it was still showing you as live. It still had the little red broadcast symbol.
And on my streaming software where it says whether you're live or you've stopped, I was still flashing. I was still flashing with your live.
Yeah.
Which went on for about 40 minutes until Charlotte came through and said your stream stopped. That was weird. So what did we miss there? Did we literally miss about like the last 2 minutes of the game?
We missed. It cut out. Do you remember when Jen pushed up on that rock and they had Penn player right behind them?
Yeah.
The third parted them. It cut out just as they arrived at that rock.
So you literally missed the final gunfight between Rendezvous and Big, and then Big clearing up Killam.
Yes.
Right. Oh, God, that was an exciting game, that as well.
So I've got coverage of it. So I will send it to you. You can then put it up as a Gen Game 1 Part 2.
Yeah. Well,
and you can do it almost seamlessly from when yours cut out to where mine came in.
Yeah. I mean, it's rubbish, but yeah, it's better than people not being able to see the end of the game.
Yeah. I'll put something up on the Gen chat. Just let them know.
Yeah, I'm all worried about damn thing cutting out again whilst we're in the middle of the stream. God, dear. Just when you think you've got this thing all sorted, it starts throwing spanners at you. Right, I'm still showing as everything.
Yeah, I can see your screen. I can see and hear you. And your YouTube is, I mean, obviously we've got the delay, but I can see that it's there.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is actually playing or it's frozen because I'm not moving. I'm reading while I'm watching the YouTube thing. Oh no, I'm moving. That's fine. God dear, I hate when these things go wrong. Yep, look of it's actually weird watching yourself with a 4-minute delay because look of utter bewilderment on my face going, what the hell just happened? Right, okay, I think everything should be working again now.
Yeah. So we've got 70 now in room.
Right. Okay, well, it's like anything when you stream glitches or something goes wrong, you just got to restart it and Hope it doesn't happen again and carry on. Anyway, boys and girls, welcome back. Oh dear, yeah. It's about the time you want to bite your computer in half.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the headset. I've had faults in my stream since I started wearing the new headset. It's the dark side. It's interfering with my stream. I'm going to have to go back to my green headset, I think. Starting to get paranoid about it now. These things, if something else glitches in my stream and I'm wearing this headset, these things going on eBay. I don't care how cool they look. Right. Yeah, well. Ah, dear. Right, anyway, yeah. Game number 2, where we are. We're on Erangel, game number 2. Cool. Exciting stuff on Miramar, Vikendi there. So I've thrown all that out of whack now. Exciting stuff on Vikendi there, and ultimately a pretty convincing win for Team Big there. But
absolutely,
some good action as well.
And we saw that, just we've said before, they had numbers at the end, but what was really important is, and Vikendi threw up, as always, a crazy flight line in the far north and a crazy first zone in the far south. Team Big were the first to make a really strong rotation into the hardcover compound. Now, yes, they got a little bit lucky because of where the zone was.
Certainly helped them,
They took the gamble.
Yep, certainly did. Sons of Odin in those final stages were up against it a little more, I think, because they were in the compound or in the buildings actually just next to Team Big, so they had to rotate a zone, push them out. Big certainly got the fortunate side of the rotation there, and then as Sons of Odin came out, you basically got into what turned into a series of sort of one-on-one gunfights, which Big managed to come through. Then pushed on aggressively by Rendezvous, who they also managed to take out, and then ultimately it was left just to clear up Killam, who'd already taken a few individual kills by that point. But ultimately, I think at that point he was probably facing 3, if not 4 players. So I think it was 4 players. They still had a full squad, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you say, he was facing a full squad who had just come out of a couple of gunfights, so they were pumped, and they were just ready for that final battle. So, and where he was, he took good cover. He took pretty much the only hard cover in the small zone. Unfortunately, the next zone, he was out. The zone, the cover was out of the next zone anyway. So even if they'd sat and waited, and having seen how they play, there was no way they were going to sit and wait. He had to move anyway. So he may as well try and get a few shots in and take one of theirs with him. He tried, but eventually the gun power or fight power from Big showed.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're waiting for game number 2 to start on Erangel. And I didn't even get because of all the silliness that went on at the end of the stream there, and then trying to get it all up and running again and trying to get it working again, which was a heart palpitation in its own. I have to say, and I am slightly biased, but I thought Siren did a great job in that gunfight on her own with teammates knocked around her and managed to take on 3 of them and take them all out, which was quite an achievement. She'll be pretty buzzing about that one, I imagine. I imagine she's probably going to send the odd message to Neo.
I think she may mention it to him.
I think
in passing, next time she speaks to him, it may be mentioned.
I think it might. I'm not professing to have any clairvoyant skills, but I believe it may come up.
So I was in the game with Magpie earlier, one of the Zen players that she took down. So I'm wondering if maybe I passed him some bad juju or something in that game, and that affected it.
I'm sure Magpie will definitely say that you definitely did, because I would. But Magpie's got a fairly healthy sense of humour. He's also very, very well skilled in the more coarse uses of Anglo-Saxon, many of which I'm sure came out during that burst of play. But no doubt there'll be some healthy banter going on afterwards. Anyway, we're about to get into game number 2. Hopefully we won't have any more technical problems. Okay, so we seem to be loaded in properly. Yep, everything seems to be working. Good, good, good. Okay, game number 2. Right, let's see if we can get the whole game, shall we?
We can try.
Well, you know, I think some people actually do like to see it.
I know, strange people.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's a very southern flight line. Primorse to Milton Power.
Yep, so certainly some people are going to be hitting mill base, I'd imagine. Potentially some at Novo crates as well.
So on my second recording, I'm still showing as being on the spawn island. I get this a lot on Erangel, unfortunately.
Right, so we've got a couple of early jumpers from the planes. Squads 23, 24, and I think that's 7 heading north.
Yeah, I wonder how many will get going over to Millie Base Island, because it's going to be so well within reach. A lot of teams will be very, very tempted. So it looks like we've got Noob Hunters, Penn. I wonder who else is coming south.
Looks like the Elves team have split into a couple of pairs for the actual jump. And they're not too far away from one of the DH teams, so that might be interesting on the landing. Team Big are winners of game number 1, leaving the plane late. It looks like they're heading north towards the prison area.
Yeah, so quite a busy late jump, quite a busy central jump, and quite busy on the western side as well. So 2 teams on Millie Base Island. We've got Penn and Noob Hunters. We've got several teams over on the eastern side, and as you say, we've got what's that? Gen team and DH team, as well as Sons of Odin out to the west.
And these guys are heading up towards Mansion now. It looks like they've got another team with them actually, so we might stay on these guys. There's our first zone.
It's interesting because we've got the main sort of the river area in play.
And looks like we've got team number 2 from Genesis not too far well. Looks like they're steering off a little bit now. Yeah, that Gen have probably going for the same compound actually, but have actually just jumped off, hitting one of the smaller compounds on the outside.
Very congested up there in the eastern area around the sort of Lipovka, east of prison area. Skill FE heading north.
Okay, here we are with ZPX, and they're not too far away from one of the teams from Xenotactic here. Not far.
Neither team. And we've also got Team 12 coming in as well. Maybe just taking a vehicle and disappearing, I think, by the looks of it. But neither of these teams will want to disengage from this. No shots yet. They're going to...
Alex and Ninja Pizza now separated either side of the road.
Yeah, that's good. So Alex can then rotate around to the right. If they haven't seen Alex, might be able to pull a bit of a flanking move there. And one of the Magpie is in the warehouses, or just moving away from the warehouses now.
Yeah, some rounds going out. Alex tries to come back across the road and pays for it with a few rounds going out, so that may well lead to the guys from ZPX starting to think a bit more aggressively about this.
Yeah, so now they know where at least one of the players are. Whether they've got a picture of where everyone is, I don't know. They're just letting a couple of players hold the front here. And the others rotating, one to the left and one rotating around to the right.
Okay, so here with Ninja Pizza, he's managed to find himself a vest, no helmet as yet though, and he's certainly aware that ZPX are in that building. Hasn't got any nades, so he can't really do anything from here at the moment. Just keep an eye on it.
Yeah, so it looks like Ant-Man's taking a wide flank round to the left here.
Potentially going to be running into Magpie. Yeah, he's got to look at Magpie here. Yeah, manages to get the knock on Magpie. Neo also not too far away. He's just off to his right here.
Alex in slightly open ground there. I think they might have just enough cover. I don't know if Magpie's going to be able to make it back.
Right, and that's Magpie thirsted up. And you have to say, Xeno Tactic really coming under it here. As Ninja Pizza now down. Alex is down.
Yeah, so just Neo now.
Just Neo up. And that's the squad wipe, and Ant-Man takes out Neo. So Xeno Tactic wiped very early on in the game. Great work from guys from ZPX, very aggressive push.
Absolutely, a really good rotation out to the side there from Ant-Man just to get the different angle and took them by surprise slightly.
Yeah,
while
absolutely.
they were concentrating on the front.
Okay, let's have a look at, we've got Team Big here. Looks like they're in very close proximity to the guys from Genesis. I mean, they did jump fairly close to each other. But
So
not
slightly in open ground, but they're far enough away, I think, from Gen.
Yeah, not looking necessarily to push on this one. They've got a vehicle available in that compound, I think, and they may well be looking to either change their location and re-engage, or simply rotate.
Yeah, Gen have split slightly. They've got Big in between them, but it looks like two of Gen are actually rotating towards into the zone. But they've also got Salty Snakes there with, I think it's Peekaboo and Avery.
All right, let's see if these guys are actually going to rotate away from this, or are they looking to re-engage?
Yeah, I mean, what they won't know is that there's another two from Gen just to their right now.
That actually looks like they're looking to chase down that plane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're out of this one, so we might have to return to that one. Let's check out Sons of Odin up around the Poljana area. And they're getting into it with Fusion by the look of it.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to see. So we've got Deadpool who's got the height in the apartments there. But he's the only one. He's making use of it.
Deadpool just putting the knock on Slow Mix there, and you feel here comes the push. Right, that's Slow Mix thirsted up.
Yeah, so they don't know exactly where the rest are, I don't think, but they know they're close. They're not so close that they don't have to worry about looting.
Escape just looking to put a little bit of distance and some cover between him and the guys from Sons of Odin here.
Yeah. Also, just trying to cover, so they know where Sons of Odin are now. That's the one thing. They've lost a player, but they now know at least which direction, because Jasna is quite a big place. So they know where they've got to look and where they've got to defend as well.
Yep, absolutely. Okay. Well, just take a quick look at our map. We're down to 79 players, so it's we've had some early action, but not too many teams taken out in these early stages of the game. Most people maintaining a bit of separation, and I think either looking to consolidate position in zone or basically just improve their loot situation.
Yep, so actually FE Skills taken down AKS from Sons of Odin. So not retreating completely, they're not afraid of taking the fight on.
So yeah, they've exchanged a bit of fire, both taking a knock, but actually one of their Fusion was thirsted up, wasn't he? And I think they should be able to get AKS back on his feet.
I think so, yeah. It looks like Moonin's getting the revive on. They've got a bit of time still, but they are fighting edge of zone, so there's no great pressure from that. No, very surprising. It looks like there was no action on Millibase. We had two teams drop there, but they were separated enough. And now the Penn team are on the southern edge of the bridge, and the Noob Hunters team are already got to the northern end of the western bridge.
Potentially may have known they've got cover there, might be wanting to Might be wanting to gatekeep that bridge as they know that Penn may well be looking to push across at some point, so we'll try and keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Still with these two teams up in the north in Yasnaya.
I'm looking forward. Team Big have made it all the way to the west of Pachinki from where they were over at Mansion. So again, they've done a strong rotation in towards centre zone.
And I don't think either of these two teams are particularly keen to push this engagement at this moment in time.
No, so they're just holding station at the moment. Is that ZPX? Now everyone seems to be sort of holding station at the moment. Airdrop's been taken.
And I think that would have been the guys from ZPX who got it, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the sort of, like I say, the ZPX Zen 7 Atoms All-Stars mixed team. I don't know which banner they're playing under this game, actually.
I think it's ZPX. So Willow's managed to pick up his AKM there. Sorry, not AKM, AWM. And looks like CJ got the AUG.
Yeah, we've got a DH team coming past. Getting some shots on them, but not enough to establish the knock.
So yeah, still fairly fairly quiet this game. A bit quieter than our last one.
We've got southwest of Pachinki. We've got Team Big taking out some of the Zen Team 14. It looks like there's just a couple of Team 14 left.
Oh dear, well, can't get...
Very congested in that area.
Yeah, can't click on them, they're too close to each other.
We've got Team 16 the Elves, we've got Team 10 ZPX, Team 17 FE, Team 14 and Team 4, all in roughly the same area. And then we've got Team 7 from DH, just to the northwest of Pachinki. The FE team have actually rotated away from this now. It's quite a congested area.
Okay, so here we are with Team Big, our winners of the last game. Getting into it with squad number 14. And some rounds coming out.
So they're fighting for what is, they're just south of centre zone. Zones was just broken.
And here we've got the team that just hit the super air crate, which is the team from ZPX.
So Team 11 coming up behind. So Team 14 will be relieved about that. But they've got Team 10, the ZPX team, right in front of them as well. So each of the Team Big, they've got some sort of cover at least, whether it's a rock, a tree, or a vehicle.
Oh, it doesn't quite get the knock there, but that was a beautiful snapshot from Willow there with the AWM.
Yeah, and we've seen Willow's a bit of a beast with the AWM there.
Plenty of nades going out.
Yep, so they're trying to rotate around the side, get a slightly different angle.
I can't see either of these teams wanting to back away from a fight.
No, and they don't have to at the moment.
Yeah,
tactically, they wouldn't have to.
But a beautiful knock. Beautiful knock from Nitz there, and Nitz looking to push forward, and the nade's coming out again.
Yep, nade's going to rain in now.
And here comes a push. Willow gets knocked. Nix has now... Oof, Nitz not quite knocked. CJ going forward.
So I think we've got pretty much 2-on-1.
CJ has now been knocked. So Nitz, in fact, the only member of this team up after the great initial work they put in. Followed that up with the nades.
Hopefully it's coming for the push.
And there we go. Team Big get the squad wipe there, and they'll be more than happy to relieve ZPX of their newly established crate weapons. So, yeah, great. It looked like a great push going on there from ZPX, but Big just basically winning that one with superior marksmanship and just making those shots count.
Absolutely. You can see from the team graphic on the top left there what happened there, the story of that. 3 knocked players, and Hopeless managed to get the final kill on the Zen team. And as you say, they are winners from game 1. They've now got 14 kills and great weapons.
Yeah, and looking very, very good for the later stages of the game. Later stage of the game. We're still only in phase 2 of the game. So here we are with Lil Bean from Noob Hunters, and looks like they're going to be pushing on a team from Sons of Odin.
Yep, so they're down at the northern edge. So Penn have managed to get past at this northern edge of the bridge. I think that might just be a perfect nade there. Oh, not quite.
So Grim has been knocked. Sexy Thing has been knocked. Let's check out Looney here.
Yep, so Looney are getting the revive, I think, there on Peaky B by the looks of it.
Not going all Noob Hunters' way, though. They've just had one of their own players knocked.
So Looney with the DP trying to just work out where they are, I think, so she can put some rounds.
So the guys from Noob Hunters initially pushing forward there, but took a knock and just consolidating a little bit now.
Yeah, it's like Lil Bean's
doing a little bit of looting and looking to push up now.
Now, I think Team 25 Noob Hunters have got really good position here. They've got players at different angles on Team 24. Premix taking down Grim.
And yeah, they're moving in on these guys, and he's got to look at Peaky B here. Yeah, Peaky B taken out. Looney is just off to the right. And got to look at him.
No, she's there. I don't think he hasn't spied her yet. I think.
Yeah, there we go. And that is the wipe on the team from Sons of Odin. Pick up 4 kills. The guys from Noob Hunters. Well played. Okay, we're down to 49 players left alive. 16 teams still contesting the match. Pretty much everybody has now managed to establish themselves in circle. Sons of Odin just making their way from the northeast. And again, much the same as before, Jamie. Team Big making themselves a very strong presence centre circle.
Yeah, so we've got Team 4 and Team 5, the 2 teams from Big, either side of Pachinki there. So both obviously keen to establish the next zone. So just waiting for the next zone to break, and then I'm sure that if it goes, a hard shift either way.
Oh, there we go. And though it's actually gone pretty central, hasn't it, around the sort of Pachinki, between Pachinki and Farm. But that's actually worked out for the 2 teams from Big. We've also got Jen inside there. Penn just coming.
Squad just north of centre zone. ZPX just south of centre zone.
Penn rotating in from southwest. Noob Hunters who have just cleared up Sons of Odin. They'll have to make their way in now. And let's check up the north. Looks like Big may well be getting into a bun fight here, potentially with Lionhearts. We've also got, by the look of that, a team from Jen not too far away.
Yeah, so they've got Rendezvous Junior just coming past them to the north there, just driving straight past them.
It looks like Jen rotating by in vehicles.
So let's see. What's interesting is Penn, having managed to get across the Western Bridge, have now got hold of 2 compounds just on the edge of zone in the southwest. But what they're doing is they're holding that headland because they know that Noob Hunters are out there somewhere. So even if they can't see them at the moment, they know they're there because they would have rotated past them and they would have heard the gunshots from when Noob Hunters took out the other squad.
Okay. We got another airdrop come down, and that's not too far away from another team from ZPX. Grozer in there.
Very nice. As the zone starts to shrink, that's a very useful weapon when you get close up. See over in the southeast, over near farm, we've got the team from FE. Rendezvous Juniors just rocked up right up to their building there.
Yeah, and that looks like one of the guys from ZPX going to hit that crate. Okay, let's have a look at Rendezvous. Looks like they're getting pretty close to Fusion Elite.
Yeah. Only junior left.
And taken out by Towel there. So that's the last member of the Rendezvous taken out. Fusion Elite, that's their first kill of the game. Okay, so this is our general situation. We have 48 players left alive, 15 teams. Most people establishing a presence in Circle now.
So we've got, let's see. So New Punters actually rotated to the north, quite far north, to the western edge of the zone. They're coming back south again now, just to try and find a way into zone. It may be that they spotted Penn there. So we've got the team from, Team Big, Team 5 here. Got eyes on, I think it's the, Fusion Elite team, Team 21. There's also the Salty Snakes team, Team 12, coming in from their left. And also Tommy Two Thumbs from the Lionhearts team. He's making himself as invisible as possible at the moment.
Right, here we are with Avery, and I think Avery's had a quick look at the guys at the top here. Yes, he has.
So another aggressive team, Salty Snakes. They'll be happy to take on a fight. It'll be interesting to see what the guy from Team 9 there, Tommy Two Thumbs, does. Whether he's just going to stay there and let these guys duke it out, or whether he's going to try and get any third-party kills in.
He's got himself a little bit of cover, so he's got an overlook on this fight.
Yeah, now the next zone's just broken, and it's southeast of Pachinki, between Pachinki and the coastline.
And it looks like Team Big are looking to rotate straight away.
Yep.
So we're here with Noob Hunters. Looks like they're getting into it with the guys from Gen here. And looks like Premixed, the only one on his feet. And Premixed taken out there by Missy. I think Fitzy picked up a kill as well there. So that's 4 kills for the Genesis team now.
That's great work, and Fitzy will be pleased that this time when you went on to him with the camera.
I was dreading going on to Fitzy and him getting killed again. He's never going to let me spectate again, I'm telling you.
So it looks like the other Gen team are getting into it with someone. I'm not sure who. I think it might be the other big team out in the west of zone.
So that's our situation. So Fusion rotating straight between Penn and squad number 23 there, and taking some fire.
Yeah, so we've got Fusion, Penn, and Sons of Odin here, and also Gen to the north of these guys, and ZPX to the northeast. So it's quite congested over here in the western area.
And that's Escape knocked and taken out.
Gen taking shots from ZPX here, who've managed to get themselves the compound.
Well, ZPX have got the position, they've got zone, and they can gatekeep the rest of these teams trying to come in.
Yep, and you see from the north, we've got a solo player left from Team 8, which is the Deathly Hallows team, Tequila, on her own there. Trying to put some rounds into the ZPX team that are in the buildings. And Team 4, we've got Big, who are at the edge of zone on the west. So we're actually down to, we've got 12 teams now. Salty Snakes and FE over in the far east. still in the blue zone there, fighting each other. And that late stage blue, that's going to be hurting.
And Towel doing the work with the 249, backed up with the M4.
Yeah, health going down in chunks though.
But and that's the blue, and I don't think anybody's getting out of this, are they?
No, I think this is a zero-sum game. I think, everyone's taken out there. And we're down to 9 teams.
Yep, we are, and that's a very aggressive zone shift. So the guys from Team 4 who rotated nice and early before have now found themselves quite a way outside. And looks like these guys are going down a zone as well.
Yep. So 2 Sons of Odin's teams there. I'm not sure if they were fighting each other. I'm assuming they were having some clan wars there between them, having a bit of fun.
So we're here with Genesis. We've got the guys from Penn not too far away at all, and guys from Riot not too far away, and potentially ZPX also going to get involved in and around this small compound.
Yeah, so again, you've got a hillside and you've got a compound. We've got a few rocks, a few trees. There's not a huge amount of cover in the centre zone here.
So it looks like ZPS, first of all, going to be getting into it with the squad from Riot and taking a big chunk for some grenades then. Ant-Man is now been knocked. More nades following that up.
Fallen taking shots there as well, and they've got the team from Penn behind them. It's a difficult situation here.
Taking an absolute hail of gunfire, the guys from ZPX here.
Trying to get the heal in as well. And about to come in from the west, we've got the team from Big, Team 4. Are just rotating in from just outside the zone, just west of this fight. So 6 teams now, almost all of them are in zone. We've got Sons of Odin to the south, Team 4, Big out to the west. And it looks like Riot have won that fight there, so they've taken the north of that zone. We've got Gen to the east, and we've got Penn, who are south of centre, and Penn Devious to the east, up by Gen as well. So starting to get congested here.
So these guys are still holding on to their small compound. They know they've got Penn just outside them. They've got Sons of Odin just beyond that. And that's the situation. Fitzy getting a knock on Moon in there. Great work, Fitzy.
Yeah, and Moonin's out of zone as well. All of those guys to the eastern side are out of zone at the moment.
Check out Team Big here. Team Big rotating in a little bit late, forced to do so, and taking some casualties coming in. And in fact, they've only got the one guy up at this point, and looks like they're coming under a huge amount of pressure here.
Yep, and the knocks are being thirsted as well. We've got Riot moving in from the north. Good use of the smokes here from Pew Pew. So good work there from Riot, just covering the edge of the zone. Missy taking out Devious, which means, and what that's meant is that Gen now have control of the eastern side of the zone. They've come in from that compound, so we've got Sons of Odin and Penn to the south with Team 4 Big, and then we've got Riot's Team 18 to the northwest.
And that's Fitzy just got the knock on help there. That's only Mumble still up from that squad. And Mumble's now getting fired at. Looks like help is going to bleed out.
Yep.
And that's Penn wiped out. So we're down to 4 teams.
So fairly even here, but I would say fairly even here between Riot. They've got the numbers, and I think they've got the slightly higher ground as well. Gen coming in from the east.
So amazingly, the 2 guys from Big managed to get themselves healed up, and so are still contesting this final part of the game. However, you have to say that Riot and Gen numerically are looking stronger.
Absolutely.
However, they are both out of circle.
Yeah, so if they go west, if Riot go west, they've got the team from Big, although Killam's just taken out with a great nade there. And if they go to the east, they've got Jen.
So not
We've got
following.
AKS from Sons of Odin just on his own there. In the very south, is actually the only player in zone at the moment.
So not following that up. So able to get the revive on. However, the guys here not too far away at all.
Yep, and they do have the vehicle as well if they want to go for the fast push.
And looks like guys from Gen now coming under pressure.
Still Sons of Odin. AK's is the only player in zone. Just holding his own down in the south there, just hiding away. Maybe trying to get a third party. Riot controlling the northern side, but they're not going to find it easy to get across, and it's very open ground.
That's our situation. The guys from Gen spreading out, controlling this whole line across the edge of what's going to be our new circle here.
Yep, so there's really good control of that area there. They're going to have to start making their way in because this zone will hurt a lot and very quickly.
And they're going to be pushing into Fuji and Co here.
Yep. So Venom's knocked Fuji. Kermo's still up. So we're down to 3 teams now. We've got 2 from Big.
And the guys from Big just playing it patient there. The guys from Big playing it patiently, letting these guys finish their gunfight with Gen and then hitting them straight away on a counter-strike. And we've still got our solo player for Sons of Odin just lurking out there. Yep, SKS just put a knock on one of the big players, so Franklin will be going through the rest of this game on his own.
Yep.
Oh no,
So
Poo Poo is just knocked at the moment.
Yeah, so we've effectively got a 1v1 here with Franklin against AKS. AKS been sitting pretty in the south of the zone on his own the whole time. Just perfectly timed that knock then.
Perfectly timed, and we have just over 15 seconds, and Franklin is going to have to move forward.
Yep, he's only 3 meters away, but AKS is also, I think, going to have to move.
Poo Poo's going to bleed out, I think, here. Yep, and that's it. So that's going to be another win for Team Number Big. Fantastic play at the end there, holding their ground, showing the discipline whilst Riot got into it with Genesis there, and then hitting them on the counter attack. Absolutely timed perfectly, and they come home with the win in game number 2. So Team Big with 14 kills in first place. In second place, Sons of Odin. Great sterling effort at the end there by AKS. They come away with 3 kills. And in third, we have the guys from Riot. They pick up 6 kills. Okay, in the top 3, we can see Franklin is the top scorer with 6 kills there. Looks like Missy from Jen also picked up 6. Fitzy picked up 5.
And we see Ant-Man there with 7 as well.
Ant-Man with... Oh, missed that. Yeah, you won't forgive me if I missed that. Ant-Man with 7. Yeah, Ant-Man with 7. That's our top at the moment. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for... 7 looks like that's going to be our top individual fragger for game number 2. Okay, we're going to hopefully... just going to check that the live stream is coming through for the end there. We're going to have a quick break and then we'll be back with some post-match and we'll join you again just before the start of game number 3. We'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. And exciting stuff at the end there on Erringle, Jamie.
Absolutely, yeah. And we saw a couple of good strong rotations, but also some strong aggressive pushes from various different teams. But once again, Big taking it with aggressive. I don't know how you describe it. Sort of defense. I mean, Riot had the numbers; they had the height advantage as well. But it was very open where they had to rotate to, and as they came down the hill, they just didn't have any cover.
No, it was actually a very disciplined play by Big there, because they rotated nice and early in the middle phases of the game, and then the circle shifted very aggressively away from them. They had a long rotation in, and they actually faced quite a lot of fire coming in there, and lost 2 of their team. But then they sort of they got into a hell of a gunfight, managed to keep 2 of them up, and then almost to a certain extent just maintained a low profile. And then once Riot and Genesis got into it, I think that was a 3-on-4 at that point, which Riot took. That was just a perfect time to launch the counter attack, and they did so right in Riot's flank there. Timed it absolutely perfectly, and the 2 of them managed to get the wipe on the team from Riot, and that simply left AKS and Sons of Odin, who also did a good little bit of work at the end by getting a knock, again timing his knock fine, so that at least he stood a chance in the final phase of the game, getting into a 1-on-1. But ultimately, the players from Big just proved too strong there.
Absolutely, and like you said, AKS just bided his time. I mean, that's all you can do as a solo. You've got to pick your moment. Yes, you might be able to get a third party. Yes, you can get kills, but you've got to choose your moment. You can't just go guns blazing, because as soon as the other squads know you're there, they'll just take you out. So he just waited, bided his time, got the knock, got the play to bleed out as well. And like you say, it was just a 1-on-1. And the team, the player for me, I think it was Franklin, wasn't it? Or was it Pew Pew?
Hitting them on the counter attack. Yeah,
Pew Pew. The hard cover of the rock. And yeah, got the finish.
Yep, some very good play there from Team Big. So that's games. Now then, we have got a couple of teams in from Big. Is it the same squad that's won both? It was squad number 4, wasn't it?
I think it was, yes.
Yeah, it's the same squad that it's the same squad that have won both games, isn't it?
Yeah.
So no doubt they'll be looking for a hat trick. No doubt, absolutely, everybody else will be attempting to deny them that. Right, game number 3, and we're on Miramar. So, yep, just checking that. Yep, fantastic. So Miramar for game number 3. What are your favourite maps this one?
Absolutely, it's my favourite to play on. I love it. Lots of sniping, lots of mid to long range battles. And what we find is we often get finishes on this. We get early action as people drop to the hot locations. And then we tend to get a slight lull as people rotate in. Not always. It depends on the zone. But it's just the size of the map means but people can spread out a bit. And then as you get into the later stages, we get maybe battles across the rolling hills. And using some of the slightest bit of cover, assuming it's not a city finish like Los Leones.
Yeah, should be an interesting game. Certainly had very exciting in game 1. Sort of had initial contact in game 2 in Erringle, and then it really did. Sort of phases 2 and 3 of the game actually quite quiet, but then from about phase 4 of the game it didn't stop. So it'd be interesting to see how teams approach Miramar, which, as we know, sometimes does lend itself to not passive play as such, but people quite content to have longer range engagements and not necessarily looking to push aggressively on knocks. But that means that we may well be coming into the final stages of the game with a lot of players up and running, so hopefully an exciting finish.
Absolutely, yeah. And we tend to get quite a few teams in that final zone because people have rotated in compound to compound, worked their way in. And you rarely get people dominating centre zone in Miramar like we've seen in Erringle and Vikendi. It's more often that people use the edge of the map a bit more, unless there's an obvious compound in centre zone or an obvious, brow hill with a nice lip that you can hold. Because it's so much harder to hold. And we've seen it in scrims where people do that, and then you've got people coming from every direction.
Yep. So looks like we've had fairly healthy stream chat as well. Lots of guys in there. Some nice comments. Thank you, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And one of my guys from my tank clan, he said he's going to take up PUBG, and you want to hope he doesn't actually, because he's already a professional FIFA player. He's probably one of the best tank players I've ever had on the tournament team with me. So if he takes up PUBG as well, because the guy's obviously got electric thumbs, we should all worry a bit. so yeah, nice to see you in chat, Dennis. Hope the FIFA's going well. I think he's competing in a esports tournament in Berlin soon, actually. So yeah, it's basically plays FIFA for a few months of the year. That gives him enough money to survive for the rest of the year, and then he cleans my clock in tanks, and let's hope he doesn't start doing the same in PUBG. Although, yeah, it'd be fun to watch. Well, I'm not taking him on, but yeah, nice to see people having some fun in the chat there.
Yeah, and it's nice to see there's no saltiness. We don't mind a little bit of mickey taking, but no saltiness in chat, which is good.
Yep, not so far. That's well. To be fair, I'm not wearing my England shirt, so that does tend to get a rise out of some of the more, sheep people.
You're not going to name anyone, are you?
Oh, not at all. I believe one of them was aggressively shot in the face by Siren, though, in match 1. Which, yeah, okay.
I believe she was wearing an England shirt while she did.
I think she was actually, mate. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, definitely. And
we got CJ in from 7 Atoms in the chat as well.
Yeah, cool. And even if she wasn't, I'm going to do some editing to make sure she was. So simple. But also good. I was very pleased in that game that I managed to get some footy of the Grubster actually getting some kills and not being blown up by a nade for once. So I might be able to commentate again next week. You never know. That would be nice. Yeah, some good fun in chat and some good fun all round with these guys. So I think we're looking at about 85 people in the room. So I don't think we're going to be too long for the plane. I believe we're due for a 9:30 takeoff. So hopefully not too much longer to wait for game number 3.
Yeah, so we'll be 2 minutes away, I believe. Something like that.
So... Yep, it's going to be a nice full lobby, and we know we've got some very good gunfighters. We know we've got some very good snipers out there as well, so that should make it interesting on Miramar.
Yeah, and what we've seen, so Bigger, a new team on me. I think you know a little bit about them, don't you?
Yeah, I've covered them quite a few times now in Tip Top. They've got a couple of teams normally who are in Tip Top. EU tier 1 scrims, and yeah, I mean they contest well in there. I mean I think they've won on a couple of occasions. We covered one of their teams. I think not necessarily the same players, but we certainly covered a very aggressive push by Team Big on Bikendi in scrims for game number 2 yesterday. Actually, I think. Who didn't actually work out for them, but it was a very, very bold, aggressive move they made. But yeah, certainly guys that certainly like getting into a fight. No odds about that. So it looks like we're heading into game number 3.
I'll see from the chat that Ant-Man from ZPX is actually just going to spectate the chat. It looks like Subi and Wylo are back in their team.
Oh, okay. Doing some changing it up. Come on. Here we go. Trying to kill me.
Yeah, so we've got people throwing apples out in the lobby there. And it looks like I've on my my mobile, because I'm watching the second spectator slot, so I can get the screenshots. I've got the same loading issue that I did in game 2.
No, we should be okay. Clock's counting down.
I think you're okay. Yep. So yeah.
90 players in the lobby, so nice full match. Okay, let's get ready to rumble. And here we go. There's our flight line. Pretty much bisecting the map there from east to west, Jammy. So Picardo, Hacienda, those the owners all in range.
Yeah, all the most popular drop locations are going to be in range. A lot of teams will have their favoured locations and they'll be able to reach most of them. And if not, it won't be too hard to find a vehicle and rotate either far north or far south. We often get a lot of action around Chumacera, Picardo, San Martin.
May well get some teams hitting the road up towards Campo Militar. I know that's a popular spot early game. Can lead to some lengthy rotations though.
Yeah, and vehicles are very important on Miramar. More so than pretty much any other map, just because of the distances involved.
So, and looks like we've got a team from Sons of Odin heading out to the Eastern Islands there.
Yeah, so we've got only one team. Yep, so one Sons of Odin team have headed to the islands. And they've split out between the two islands. There's enough loot for a squad between the islands, just about. But then it looks like we've got Team 15, Team 17 over by Impala. No one dropping Los Leonas by the looks of it, which is slightly surprising. More people heading north. We've got a couple coming down to the southwest. I think one team, Fusion Elite, going to Chumacera. And it looks like Team 3, the Gen team, Darshan, heading down towards Valdemar.
Okay, here we are with ZPX, and looks like they've dropped straight into Picardo, and not too far away. One of the squads from Xenotactic, but it's the team from ZPX that actually dropped the arena.
Yeah, so we've got the team in the arena and Wilo heading over to the apartments there just to get a look, so they'll know there's another team there. Ambi there rotating out wide to the petrol station there to get a different view, and Don heading to the small row of buildings. So Wilo and Mystic, the two that are going to go up front, and Lobby Boy holding around in the arena.
So we'll just check this out, see if we're going to get some early action. And there's our first zone. So actually not too challenging, that one. And a few shots being exchanged, and looks like Willow has just Willow's just put a knock on the Don, and looks like he's going to finish him off.
Yeah, Don just behind the wall, I think. Just managed to get back, but I think that's the
that's the kill. Out. That's the kill confirmed for Willow. First blood there for Willow and the team from ZPX.
Yeah. So Ant-Man in the chat will be pleased with that start at least.
Yes, sure he will be. I don't think Don will be so pleased. But sorry about that, Don. Nice lad, Don.
Yeah, sorry, Don.
Yeah, I like Don.
Phil's actually going up to join Ambi, and Abs, got said, Abs is currently working his way around the casino there. So looking at the zone, we've got two squads over in El Pozo. We've got Team 18 from Riot, who came very close in Game 2, and Team 19 from Penn.
We've got
two teams over in Valdemar. We've got Jen and Zen team.
Yeah. Right, looks like these guys are starting to find some rounds at each other. Mystic not quite connecting with the M24 there. Looks like...
Did hear someone with the Winchester there.
So quickly flick down to the south. It looks like we've got some of the guys from Gen getting into it with Xenotactic. I think I just saw Neo getting knocked. Yep.
I think his teammates should be close enough to be able to get the revive. Although it depends how much Darshan can see, and Malice from the side as well.
And Malice looking to move in here.
Slightly risky. They've got Atom from the side. It's how much Atom can see and whether Malice can actually get in. I think Neo... They got the revive? Not yet, I don't think.
And looks like Darshan's in the building. Malice going to follow up. Darshan getting knocked, but Malice clearing that one up.
Yeah, I wonder if Atom here is actually going to come upstairs. Put the pressure on, but he's going to come up against 3 players.
Yeah. Malice doing the business there. Doesn't quite get the res on to Darshan. Breaks it off. Manages to take out the Xenotactic player and is now going to get the res on his teammate. So Jen pick up 3 kills so far and should be fine for getting the rest of their squad out of there.
Yep, and Ambi's knocked, and I think thirsted Subi from ZPX over in Picardo.
Yep, we'll head straight back to that now.
Yeah, Wilo's actually naded Phil Kraken there just to establish the knock, and
that is the wipe we call just the end of that one. So covering two fights at once, so we managed to get kills from both of them. What can I say? This is some good stuff. So yeah, 4 kills for the guys from ZPX early on.
So it looks like he's trying to establish this. Not a huge number of compounds, very centre zone.
And that sounded like the guys from ZPX managed to get themselves hold of a flare as well.
Yep, so Siren's just taken down Snipes. I just saw on the kill feed. And Crazy's got the finish. Now, these guys from ZPX Team 11, they've got a team from DH in between their split. In fact, I wonder if...
No, I don't think they
slightly
have.
further away, no, we've actually, because we've got Kravesh and CJ, so almost centre zone to west of Power Grid. I'm just looking for where the rest of them... Oh, see, yes, they have split. I think they might have actually gone past... Yep, they've actually gone past Team 7 there from DH. So as we said before the game, we get an early flurry of activity, especially in areas like El Pozo, Picardo, and then everyone starts to rotate and try and establish where they're going to be for the zone.
Okay, here we are, one of the teams from Riot getting into it with Penn. And looks like Kermo here, the only member of this team now still up.
A little bit of a cautious game here from them. Now we see Team 5 from Big. They're sort of roughly centre zone on the west of San Martin, and Team 4 up between La Cabrera and Crater Fields up there.
Most other people not too far away.
No, slightly spread out.
And Kermo here looking to rotate away from this one. So we'll be playing the rest of the game as a solo if he makes it.
Yeah, managing to get a couple of buildings between him and the team from Penn. So I don't think most people are going to struggle to rotate in. We've got Salty Snakes up in the northeast, rotating in, I think, from Campo Militar. We've got Team 24 from Sons of Odin rotating from Impala.
Guys from
everyone else is very close to the edge of zone, if not in zone.
Yep, guys from DH taking a position centre zone. Let's have a look up to the north. Looks like Sons of Odin rotating past Team Big. And taking some rails for it. So Sons of Odin out the vehicle.
They're going to trade.
Out go the nades, and a beautiful nade went in from Franklin there. So that is Moonin taken out. We're here with Odinson.
Yeah, just cover and make sure they can't put the push on.
And that one took a little bit out of Franklin. So well thrown.
Now, Team 4 have got a couple of players the other side of the road going to come into the left-hand side as you look at it here.
And yeah, so Odinson returns the favour and puts the nade knock on to Franklin there.
And he's got another one to follow it up with as well. Are they disengaging or are they going to push? No, it looks like they're disengaging from the fight actually.
Looks like they're trying to disengage from that one. Managed to establish the knock, but then looking to rotate away from that one.
Yep.
And we're here with the Rendezvous. Who are they getting into it with? They're getting into it with team number 2 from Genesis. He's never going to let me do it again. He's never going to let me spectate again. He isn't. He's just not going to do it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. I'll have to find a different gig on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I think that's your Genesis scrim coverage career over.
I think it is. Covering Fitzy getting wasted twice in one night. That's it, mate. Yeah. He's gonna.
And I can hear you grinning, so stop it.
Yeah. I don't do it deliberately, man. Oh dear. Okay, let's head up to ZPX. They're potentially looking at not too far away from team number big here. Now Willow's got M24 in his hand. We know he's good with a sniper rifle. And
absolutely.
Don't you dare.
And we've had, while you have your minor heart attack, I've just noticed that the next zone has shifted and it's gone to the south of the area. So it's centered around Picardo, between sort of Chumacera, north of Chumacera and Los Leones, Picardo, and up to San Martin and Monte Nuevo. So we've got a few teams around the northern side who are out of zone. Everyone else, I mean, Sons of Odin, Team 24, they're still rotating in. They're still east of Los Leones. In terms of gunfights, there's no one right now, although we're just checking out Wilo. There we go.
Okay.
Came back just in time.
Well, so after my mini heart attack, we're back with the action. So Willow here with the M24.
So there's a lot of teams around. So between El Pozo and Monte Nuevo, we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 5 teams in that western area. Now I hear someone with a Mark 14.
So do I. Yeah, beautiful shot there from Willow. Hits Fireboy straight with a headshot there. Gorgeous shot with the M24.
I think Jaeger's going to be able to get to fire, but he might have to put a smoke out. But I think he's going to get to them.
Yeah, and Willow's certainly not going to make it easy for him. So yeah, he's smoked it out, but he's Jaeger is now taking some tap fire from one of the other fellows from ZBX here. So yep, and beautiful work from Mystic there, getting the knocks. That's the 2 guys on the roof knocked.
Yep. The only trouble here is it's going to be difficult for him to push from this distance.
I think Willow's got.
Anyway.
I think Willow's got his blood up. I don't think anything's going to stop him.
No.
He tends to be a bit aggressive to the point of lunacy at the best of times.
So he's not running straight to the building. He's taking a slightly wider route.
Yeah.
Good idea, so we can get him because he'll know that they've been revived.
He needs some anger management classes. This kid, he's trying to take on that building with a pan.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to take on the players or the building.
Well, you never know with this kid.
Is he going to try and throw the pan at them?
Are we going to get? Oh, I tell you what, I'd do anything to get a thrown pan knock in a scrim. I really would. He's mad enough for it. I mean, let's face it, there's pretty much nothing else he hasn't tried.
So Willow's well aware this is being streamed. He's doing it for the camera. Look at that. He's working it just to get the screen time.
I think one of my favourite ones he did was he got bored waiting for people to rotate in circle final zone, so he jumped in a BRDM and just started driving around, running people over.
So he's got a proper weapon now instead of the pan. He's rotating wide round. He's got a bit of support there from his teammates. He's probably wondering why he hasn't received any shots yet.
So putting in the burst with the M4 there, doesn't quite manage to get the knock though.
No, he's going to try and chase them down.
And
his teammates, Mystic's still up on the hillside there, looking down on Team 5.
Interestingly, Team Big, they've managed to get all of their players up again, which is well played by them. They were certainly under some pressure there, but certainly helped a little, I think, by the distance that the knocks were established. But nonetheless, good work to get the team up and on their feet, rotated, and back in the fight.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, a little bit battered and bruised, but they're all still in the fight, as you say. They've got, still got 4 guns going. Now, you notice that Team 10 ZPX, that stayed up on the hill, have got Rendezvous Supreme now joining them.
And, yeah, so these guys, yeah, that was an aggressive split from team number 10, but they may well pay for it here.
Yep. It was working out for them because Mystic and Lobby Boy were able to come down.
So what started as potentially a strong position against team number 5 has now meant they're going into this fight with 2 players down. Mystic has got out of there and is looking to hook up with Willow. So, yeah, I mean, I've seen that a few times actually from, sometimes when these guys split and potentially pursue and not as aggressively of that across distance, that split the squad up there and ultimately left them a little bit vulnerable. So Willow's now up there on his own. He's surrounded by players. And he's only got the one teammate up and running with him. So going from a very strong position now to one where they are up against it a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll still try and push this. But like you say, they've lost the advantage that they had. Now, as we see, there's the zone shift. We've got the zone west of San Martin.
Oh, come on. I can't believe it. Come on. It's locked on my map screen. It won't go off. This is crazy.
So we're following Clint, I think, aren't we? From the Elves. They're down in the southeast of the zone.
Get off the damn map. Oh, my word.
We're having loads of technical fun today.
God damn it.
It will come back. Now, at the moment, we've still got Wilo and Mystic either side of a couple from team number 5 from Big.
Driving me crazy.
Centre zone, near enough centre zone. We've got Power Grid, and we've got 3 from team 11, ZPX, and we've got 2 from team 5, Big. The other 2 have rotated there, so they're trying to fight over the Power Grid, which is just about centre zone. Coming up to them from the south, we've got Snowman Escape from team 22, Fusion Elite. From the west, we've got Noob Hunters, team 25. There we go. And, yeah, from the far west, we've got team 3 from Gen. So Supreme taking shots down at ZPX and I think also
Team Big is down there. Yep, that's the fight
Yeah.
that we were covering earlier. Still got 56 players left alive in phase 3 of the games. Probably why we're getting some rendering and glitch problems. Big map to cover with a lot of players still alive.
Yeah, so we've got most players are now in zone or on the edge of zone. We've got Team 4 Big winners of the first 2 games. They're up against Tommy Two Thumbs up in the northern end of the zone, or just outside zone, actually. Having said that, they have just taken them down, and Hopeless and Pew Pew are now the 2 remaining players from Team 4.
Okay, we're here with Xeno Tactic. They're getting into squad number 5 from Team Big.
So established a knock, and the rest of Team Big are stuck over on the western side of San Martin, having that fun with ZPX and Rendezvous.
The nades coming in. Gladiator manages to get the res onto Fireboy though, but certainly taking, and Fireboy's gone down again to a nade. And looks like, and here we go, more nades coming in, and here comes the push from ZPX. Manages to get a knock, but another nade comes in, and my word.
Oh, and another nade just to make sure.
Just, yeah, these guys weren't messing about, were they?
No, Kavesh, I think it was there with a couple of excellent nades.
Okay, we have 52 players left alive, 16 teams still contesting, and there is our next zone shift, and that's quite an aggressive one. That's worked out okay for team number 5 up here in the northeast, but a lot of players down at the southwest now with lengthy rotations.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to hurt because they're going to have to rotate past each other. So that's going to slow them down, and yeah, even if they do make it to that late circle, they're going to be low on meds and tacticals and probably ammo as well. So that's going to thin out quite a few people. But it does mean that the teams that were stuck in the west of San Martin after that gunfight, ZPX, Rendezvous, and Big, it actually worked out for them because they're now in the zone.
Yep, so here we are with Noob Hunters. They're getting in it with the Fusion Elite. Fusion Elite have the high ground here. We'll just check out Hyatt. Putting in some tap rounds with the Mina 14. Looks like one of the Noob Hunters players been knocked and is potentially going to be bleeding out here.
That's good work taking out the car just to make sure they don't have an easy escape route. They're going to have to escape on foot if they're going to get out of this. He's on the risky side of the slope though. They can see him. But there's enough pressure.
That's another knock established now on Noob Hunters. So potentially these guys may well be looking to push into this now.
Yeah, so here's your Mark 14. Not able to put it to good use yet. They're under a lot of pressure here from the hillside.
Well, he shouldn't have my gun, should he? So it's like, I don't care if you know, I mean, everybody who was in the squad with me knew that it was mine and they weren't allowed it, but I mean, quite frankly, other players shouldn't be allowed it. They should just go, Grimes, we found the Mark 14, come and get it, buddy.
Yep, even when you're not playing, it's your gun.
Absolutely, my gun.
So still exchanging shots, they're still stuck in that compound, and the zone's about to shift. In fact, the zone's shifting now.
And that's only going to
what they do here.
Phase 4 of the game. This is really going to hurt the guys from Noob Hunters here. Now, certainly the guys, 2 of the guys from Fusion here, they've also got to rotate. So, how are they going to handle this one?
Yep. Being a points-based scrim, I mean, just letting the zone take them is better than letting another squad take their points.
Yeah, I mean, I think that basically they should be looking to rotate here. There's no point in finishing a fire out.
Oh, sorry, yes, FE. Sorry, I was thinking of
yeah.
the other team.
They need to be getting in here. There's no point dying out, winning a fight, and then dying in the blue.
No,
I've seen it happen a lot though.
It does, yeah. There's still personal pride at stake. Now we see on the west of the zone, we've also got a one-on-one fight with Crazy from DH against Hopeless from Team Big.
And here at the moment with a squad from ZPX and Genesis, and ZPX pushing aggressively on Genesis here. We've got a Sons of Odin team not too far away.
Yep, and we've also got Gen team, got 2 Sons of Odin teams.
And that's Malice. He's the last surviving member of his squad, and he puts a hurt on one of the players from Sons of Odin there. But phase 5 of the game, and the Blues pushing at these people now.
Yep. So here come Team 21 coming past.
And jumping. I mean, why they would want to jump out into the middle of this fight, I do not know, because they're not safe in zone here. But Skills putting the hurt on there. Has to get some meds on. He's about to get pushed on here. And even with that low health, managed to take out. Beautiful work. But we've still got
a lot of players around though.
But we've still got a team from ZPX not too far away.
Yeah, and we've got Team 24 coming into the left. So Sons of Odin coming in behind to the left.
They've certainly got his location. That nade took a big chunk out of Skills. Another one coming in, and oof. Sons of Odin just off to the left here. I think there's only a single player though, isn't it, Jemmy?
Yeah, from what I can see, yeah, it's just now they do have another player, but
ultimately taken out by ZPX. Went for the flank there and taken out Skills, but great gunfight.
Yep, so Grim might be able to catch these guys as they run towards zone. But I think he might be concentrated because, yeah, Sexy Viking's further to the east on his own. And we've got a heavy concentration up still that western edge of San Martin. We've now got Sons of Odin, Big, we've got ZPX, we've got the Elves, we've got Rendezvous, all on that eastern side to the west of San Martin.
So we're here with ZPX. They're rotating in, but they're, yeah, as you say, but they're going to be getting into it with the Elves next, I would imagine.
Now it looks like Grim is.
And great spray fire there from CJ. And my word, yeah, putting the hurt into the guys from Salty Snakes there.
Yep. So 3 wheels on his buggy. Oh, this zone's hurting. Now, these guys here, Team 11, they're the only ones in zone now.
So they've managed to find...
It's open ground.
Yeah, they've managed to find the edge of zone, so quickly getting the smokes out, trying to get the heel in. The guys from Salty Snake still trying to come in from the northwest. We're down to 18 players left alive, 8 teams. And look at... And we've still got this huge congestion up in the northwest here.
Yeah, these guys, the Elves, Team 16, they could hold the key here because they are sort of gatekeeping Sons of Odin and Team 5 from coming from the west of San Martin. Now, they've got to rotate in themselves, of course. But they can put a huge amount of damage and take out a couple of big hitters. And it looks like Team 10 have been taken out as well, the ZPX team. So we've got Sons of Odin and Big being held to the west of San Martin.
So some of the players from the Elves are on the edge of zone.
Now we've got Rendezvous and ZPX and the ZPX Zen mix. I'm not sure again.
ZPX, yeah.
Yeah, so down in the south of the zone.
So here with Rendezvous, they're getting into it with team number 11 from ZPX. Looks like Supreme has been knocked. Junior looking to get the smokes out.
Yeah, using that very slight dune there as a little bit of cover. There's not a lot around in this zone. So Sylvia's taken down Big Jaeger, and that's Big taken down.
Sons of Odin really hurting out. Really hurting out in this zone now, Sons of Odin.
Yeah, so we're down to 5 teams here. And the Team 11 here, they're in a strong position, I'd say.
And Clint's got a look at Salty Snakes. But my word, yeah, gets the drop on him, but ultimately comes second best in that gunfight.
Yep. And then Kavesh takes down Iron Game for the Mark 14. So we're down to our final 3 now. So we've got Rendezvous, the Elves, and the Team 11.
So ZBX
Yep.
just outside of zone here. They're having to fight forward, but they're putting the hurt into these teams. So we're down to ZPX and the Rendezvous. ZPX have the high ground.
It's a very, very open zone as well.
So it's three.
Not a lot of cover. We've got rolling hills, so no lips to sort of hide behind. No sort of sharp edges they can hide behind. You're going to be exposed as soon as you go for the shots.
Right, here we are with Kresh, and it looks like a 3-on-3 with these guys. So we have just over 25 seconds till this circle, this blue zone starts to push. We're in phase 7 of the game. And just these 6 players contesting it now. And looks like Rendezvous Supreme is starting to move forward.
Yep. So Supreme's managed to get into the zone.
Puts the hurt on Junior, but himself takes a knock. Here we are with Nitz now, looking to get his teammate up as quickly as possible. And I think that is it. And I think ZPX took that. Yes, they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the guys from Rendezvous having to rotate forward. ZPX holding their nerve on the high ground, kept the meds up, and ultimately were able to close that game out. So in first place, we have the team from ZPX with 17 kills. In second place, we have the Rendezvous. These guys have 9 kills. And in third place, we have the Elves, and they pick up 4 kills. CJ from ZPX is our individual kill leader in the top 3 there. Just having a quick look down the rest there. Nothing bigger than 7 there. We'll just have a quick look. And Hopeless from Team Big picking up 8. Did very, very well in game number 1 as well, as I recall, Hopeless. So that's 4 there for Malice. I don't think anybody's going to be beating 8 though.
Great individual kill count, that is.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, it looks like Hopeless is going to be our top fragger, but congratulations to the guys from ZPX there for a convincing win on game number 3. Right, what were your thoughts on that one, Jerry?
A lot of it was centered around the west of San Martin, where we had the ZPX. Forgive me, who were they fighting? Oh, crikey. Oh, and Big. So 2 aggressive teams around that western area, and the zone kept breaking for them, and they kept having that fight. And that took a couple of big hitters from these scrims out. So good rotation in to the late zone, and in the end the numbers counted. There was just no cover. We very nearly had you have to excuse me, sorry, just trying to get the
screenshots. Okay, well it was
sorry, there we go. So Rendezvous very nearly took the win, but it was so close between them and ZPX.
Well, they were both slightly out of zone. They both had to move forward, and ultimately ZPX had the high ground, and they effectively tried to keep hold of that high ground as long as possible, knowing that they'd have to stick the meds in, and they did have to start getting the revive on teammates coming in. But ultimately holding that high ground, holding their nerve just for a few seconds longer, and ultimately it was the Rendezvous that made the push first, and they did so under the guns of ZPX, and ZPX just cleared that one up for the win.
Absolutely, and we saw a huge number of players die into zone as well. We had a lot of fights well out deep into the zone.
Yeah, there was I think it was about phase 4 of the game, and there was a very aggressive zone shift that left a lot of players a long way out, and a lot of these teams were very close together already, so they were already engaged in some pretty heavy fighting. So to sort of do that and then sort of rotate, sort of get away from a fight, disengage, rotate, and then go slap bang into another one. We did end up losing a lot of players to blue zone who were no doubt getting shot at the same time. And as you know, I mean, you get knocked in the blue zone, phase 4 or 5 of the game, it doesn't take long to bleed out.
Absolutely not. And like I say, players could have disengaged a bit earlier, knowing that the other team was going to get hurt by the zone as well. And in the end, neither team gets out of the zone.
Yeah, so some fantastic play this evening. Also, we certainly do have to say, outstanding performance this evening from the teams from Team Big, taking chicken dinners in games 1 and 2.
Absolutely, yeah. A new team to me in the Gen Scrims, but they've come in with a bit of a bang here. High kill counts, aggressive play, good strong rotations, and like I say, taking 2 out of the 3 chicken dinners.
Yeah, and certainly just watching the end of game number 3 here, and effectively Rendezvous sort of broke cover first, as it were, and that was ultimately decisive, because at that point it was a 3-3 in that game. But ZPX taking it for a very, very fine win there. And some fantastic action from the guys from Team Big, and in fact a lot of the guys. I'm gonna have to be totally biased if I'm gonna pick my my moment of the evening. I mean, we already know what it is, mate. I've got to say, Siren doing the wipe when she's on her own, 3 players. Now, even if I wasn't, going out with the woman, if it was another player who was on their own and facing 3 players from a team that had just taken out the rest of their team and they got the wipe, we'd be saying that was a pretty great move, right?
Absolutely. And the thing is, it wasn't just 3 players once, it was 3 players twice. She got 6 kills in that game.
Yeah, she did. I think she was a joint kill leader in that game. So, fantastic. Yep. Fantastic. She'll be buzzing about that, no doubt. I'm going to get massive amount of post-match commentary and analysis on that one. But absolutely well done indeed. Just sending some thank yous to the guys in the live chat. It's been really, really great in live chat actually this evening. It's been quite vibrant. Lots of people having some fun. So,
absolutely, it's nice to see a lot of names that we'd often see playing, but some of them in the chat supporting their team.
Yeah. It's really, really great stuff. So anyway, boys and girls, first of all, need to thank Genesis, Fitzy and the guys, Nick and the rest of the guys from Genesis for once again hosting and organising, putting on a fantastic event, one that we enjoy covering every single week. I'd like to thank all of the players who took part and made it such an exciting event to cover. I think we did have 85, 90 players in the lobby, so very, very full event, lots of exciting gunplay. So congratulations and thank you all. Obviously, need to thank my co-host for the evening. A few technical issues along the way, but I think we managed to muddle through.
You can blame me for that.
Absolutely.
Pleasure as ever.
I always do, mate. I just cut your mic out and then start blaming you. I always do it after you've gone off. That's what I always do, man. But thank you very much to DH Jammy for the co-host as usual. Thank you, buddy.
No, thank you. Pleasure as always.
Yep, cool. Okay, boys and girls. Fantastic evening of Scrims. No doubt we will see many of you back next week. I shall certainly look forward to it. It's an event I look forward to streaming every single week. So thank you all for that. Okay, I'm Vimes177 Gaming. And as always, good hunting and bye for now.